Gotta water that target. Keep that target wet. Whether it's cold out or not. Let's see. Did it cancel on me?
No.
Can you see me?
Yep.
Just getting ready here. Watering the target, you know. Setting up shop. Turn this down there. Okay, so it's not even that far off. It's a couple off right now. All right, we're just gonna do a couple warm-ups. Target's wet. Oh. I've been working all day. Wrist work, gardening, pulling out roots.
Watcher says, "Hey man."
Yo, Watcher, what's going on, buddy? I don't know if you just subscribed, but thanks for popping in. I love seeing comments. Anything you want to know, you just let me know. I'm going to be chatting about a few things today, but we're just going to do a lot of trick shots. I'm going to show you guys like an introduction to what I want to do tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be all about, I'm now branching from trick shots and I'm calling them skill shots. And I'm really going to show the difference because there is a difference between the two. We see a lot of trick shots online, not knife throwing, basketballs, those people who set things up perfectly down their stairs and drop a ping pong ball. You know, these things aren't, there's no skill in that. That's all luck. Like, you know, they probably missed so many times and put it perfectly so it looks like they did it first try, but they didn't. So there's a difference between skill shots. Like when things are in your control, that's a skill shot. When things are more out of your control, that's to me a trick shot. And I think I want to definitely show you guys the difference between the two, being live demonstration of it. Showing you a few things today, just random, like trick shot laboratory today. And I'm going to show you what's lucky, what's going to take, you know, anybody can do it as long as they have the determination, and then I'm going to show you the skill. So why I could do something, what you would call a trick shot, why I can do it very fast, and almost not miss, really do it within 10 throws every single time. Those more skill based. So that's kind of like the introduction of what I'm going to go with today, and tomorrow's going to be, it's going to be a freaking banger. Today we're going to do some random trick shots. And I'm going to get into a bit, but tomorrow is going to be pretty awesome. These are the warm-up throws today. First throw of the day. I got to duct tape that so I don't slip. Because now I'm pushing now like 4 or 5 meters. I opened up some room. I sold my ping pong table, so I got a ton of extra space. So we're going to be backing up to almost 6 meters now, which is pretty nice in the garage. Hit the same spot down, I'll hit it. I'll hit these two and this. Hope everyone's doing good. Happy Good Friday. If you think you have time off today because of a bunny, maybe this channel won't be for you. Maybe this live won't be for you. Gotta warm up. This little sheath here is kind of getting in the way. Oh, bullseye. Dead bullseye. Just warming up. Not really putting too much into it.
Bro, Sevi says, "What's up?" The Swiss Vapor CS says, "Hi."
What's going on, everybody? Throwcessive. Nice to see you. Be throwing a little bit of a few knives today, but right now I got the 8mm Vengeance from Wolflund. I believe Adam Cheladine, you know, world champion, won with these. I really like the steel, the feel. I prefer other knives now, more center balanced. Handle heavy knives are great to learn from. I learned from them, and I'll never forget how to throw them, and I can throw them really, really, really well. But I prefer other ones now. But we're throwing a little bit of these to warm up with today.
The Swiss Vapor says they look very comfy.
Yeah, they're nice. You got a bigger mitt. The handle heavy knives can really fit into your hand. Really, really nice. Anything with a small handle, I start to like I want to have control of my knife. So a nice, girthy, big handle is what I'm looking for. I am throwing into ashwood. It's tough when I hit around. Just loosening it up. I really got to throw with power almost every throw for it to stick. Oh, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. It's nice to be able to every day. Some days, sure, you don't have the best day. Doesn't mean you're going to be missing a lot. Just you're off a bit. But I love it. I can come in here any day I want and just freaking huck knives and.
Octo wants to know if has any ever bounced back and hurt you.
Oh yeah, for sure. There was just a recent one where the sun was just glazing at me. It was outside behind my target. I couldn't see the target. Like it was literally blinding me. So I went off instinct, but I'm not perfect. One hit and ricocheted right back at me, and I could not see the thing to dodge, and it went right into my leg. So that was a good one. Everything that's in my control, I haven't hit. The other time I got hit real good was I have a lightning bolt knife, and I'm a meteorologist. So there was a thunderstorm outside, and I'm like, I got to go throw my lightning bolt in that thunderstorm. Not a smart idea. Some cool videos don't come from being very smart. So I tried to go outside in the thunderstorm, and it was just raining like crazy on me. The knife slipped out of my hand, ricocheted. I went to go dodge it. And if I just stood still, I probably would have been good, but I went to go dodge it, and it went right into my foot where I moved the foot. So that was a good one too. But yeah, like the sun was blinding me, and I was in a thunderstorm. So those are the two times I got hit. Otherwise, I'm going to be talking about this some more, but I haven't just got into knife throwing with no skill previously. I have played a lot of sports. Hockey, football, baseball, soccer. I pretty much played all the main sports growing up, including other sports like ping pong. I even got into chess. I was a checkers champion in my school. Regardless, I have a whole bunch of skill that made me very quick on my feet, good hand-eye coordination. I had a very good reflex. And, that helped me. If I have to get out of the way of a knife, I will. I don't attempt to go catch it. Sometimes people's reaction is to catch it, and they might get lucky, and they might not get lucky. But I'm good at getting out of the way. But nowadays, I really don't miss too much. My targets are much bigger. I don't throw light knives or curvy knives that can ricochet a lot worse. I throw pretty good, and I'm pretty confident now I won't miss too much. If I miss, it's going to be hitting another knife. It's going to be an under-rotated knife, because I sometimes will throw the knife and it just doesn't spin at all. It just travels through the target, which I like, but those are my misses. And when it flat hits the target, it's not going to bounce back at you. You got to worry about when the knife hits the sides, and I got a pretty decent sized target right now. So with that said, let's see what happens though, right? Because I'm live. I'm here to bring it. I'm here to bring it. You know what I mean? That's what I do. That's what I do on this channel. I bring it. Those are the best out there. They want to call themselves the best. You better be able to bring it. You better be able to show up and do what you're saying you can do at any point. If you're this or that, well, show me. You got to be able to do things, not just say you can do them and then you never show anybody you're actually doing it. So yeah, with all that said, one of my main points is, because of everything, some people get upset, I think, and they might even not like me, because I learned to throw knives, and I'm really quick at it. So they're like, oh, you didn't have to. It comes lucky to some people, or it comes natural to some people. No, I mean, maybe you were a gamer or you did skateboarding or something else that didn't develop the skills you need to throw knives. All I did prior to knife throwing was stuff that's going to help me when I went to knife throw. Like that, everything, all the skills I developed allowed me to, when I picked the knife up, I learned really quick. But my whole life since I was like 3 years old was training, in so many various ways to develop skills that really helped me with knife throwing. So no, it didn't take me, a couple months to do certain things and be very good. And people get mad at that. My whole life, I never sat in a house and gamed. I didn't do certain, artsy fartsy kind of stuff. I was a sports kid. And then athletically went and just did everything all the time, nonstop, all the time. So all the skills that I do through trick shots and everything, I call them skill shots. It's because I've developed skill through playing a lot of sports. It is what it is. I'm not trying to blow my head up here, but it's the truth. It's just, though there's a lot of people that will kind of look down on people or not like people because they get into something and they're freaking excelling. And it took that person maybe 5 years to do what that person's doing. Yeah, but that was just 5 years to do what you're doing. I did my whole life prior. And that means I've trained more. I've worked harder. So I just wanted to get that point out there when it comes to skill shots, when you're using balance, when you're doing things on one foot, when you're able to be, versatile with your throwing. You're not just standing still and I can only throw if I do this position. You can throw any which way you want, sitting down, lying down, jumping, running. That comes from a lot of other things that I've done in life. That's why there's skill involved in trick shots. That for me, I'm drifting towards more skill shots, and a lot of the things that I'm going to be doing today and tomorrow. I did a recent shot. If you probably saw one of my shorts, and I threw over my back. That's a trick shot. A lot out of my control there. A little bit I had to measure and do so that it would give me more of an opportunity to hit the can from not looking at it. But there's not much skill involved in that. The only skill is to be able to throw no spin behind your back. Otherwise, hitting the can is pure luck. And that's why I would consider that a trick shot. For me, when I throw a can and I hit the can, now I look at that as a skill shot. I could do that almost on the go. Like anytime you want me to do it, I'm going to do it. Because I've been doing it for a while now. So I've developed that skill of hitting a moving target. So now it's a skill shot to me. I come from hockey. And in the hockey, they have skills competition. And in knife throwing, we would look at that as trick shots, all the stuff they do to be considered the most accurate, the most powerful slap shot, the fastest skater. They hit targets in the corners of the hockey net. If we were just putting up, cans or little bottle caps and hitting them, we would think that's a trick shot. It's a skill shot, So this is where I think a lot of people agree on it too, but generally just you call them trick shots, but people got to understand a lot of these things, some people can do them very, very well. And that's because they're skilled and not lucky. They're not just fluke getting it. Comments?
Yes. The Swiss Vapor asked me just to call him Swiss, so when I say that, that's who it is.
I got my moderator, Smoking Hot Wife, behind me, reading out the comments, so she'll help me out.
Swiss said he's a new subscriber.
Thanks, buddy.
And he really loves the knife wall, and if you could possibly get a close-up.
Yeah, the camera almost glitches out because it's far away from my router, so it just starts to skip. But I'll get you guys over there once. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff over there. I love knives. I can't get enough. I got more coming in, and I've given away dozens and dozens of knives to people. So for free, I think giving when you have a lot like that to get somebody into this sport, give them a knife. Send them home with it. Don't let them just go home with the memory. Here's a knife, man. If you really liked it, you want one, I'll give you one. And I've done that a lot with people that come over. I've made a few knife throwers that way.
Adam86 says, can we see the knife you're throwing?
Yes. So I'm throwing right now the Vengeance 8mm thick knife. Handle heavy knife. Awesome steel. Aggressive tip. It's overall a great no-spin thrower. It's made from the Czech Republic. Wolf Lund, Adam Cheladine, 5-time world champion, used these knives to win world champs. I mean, I could throw these things like bullets, really powerful. I love heavier knives. Heavier knives are going to do more damage. They're going to penetrate harder. You're going to get more power out of them. So regardless of what anyone says about light knives, if you're looking for power, you want to be able to throw a thick knife, at least 250 grams and above. That was a really good ricochet. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Couple comments here.
That's what happens when you throw with some power. You get off track. You might have to get up for a second here. Just so I can get that one done. That one traveled, boys. That one traveled. I have to be honest too, and I'm not trying to make excuses here. But I've been working all day. I've been working
under the couch.
I've been working all day, and my body is just beat. That's why tomorrow I'm looking more forward to tomorrow.
See it back there?
I don't see it back here. Wow.
I think it's under.
I don't know if it's under. Can you just hold that? Can you put your phone down for a second? Thank you. Hold it.
Holding it.
That's holding it. Oh, there's that. It's hiding. It's hiding. Okay, lean it up against the window. That knife made a guest appearance to another dimension.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
I won't take up time trying to find it. That knife is gone for right now.
Okay, so Throsif says, what are the knife laws there? And the Swiss says, that's a toothpick for a T-Rex.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then Adam says, you only train no spin?
I throw other ways, but yeah, no spin's my bread and butter.
You keep doing all of them.
Who knows where it went? This thing's probably gonna fall in.
I just said, go do that and I'll look.
I'm having a hard time not finding it, and that's hard to get my head off of it. Yeah, I did probably about 6 hours of landscaping, digging, ripping roots out of the ground today, lifting rocks. Just a hard labor.
Busy day.
All right, so we're going to do something now. I'm kind of warmed up anyways. I'm going to throw a card up there. Get yourself one of these if you're going to you could use it for any type of paper or cards, and it just staples into your target really easy. And we're just going to aim at this for a bit and see how many times I can hit it. This would be a skill shot. There's no luck unless you're closing your eyes. And even there, in anything you're doing, pretty much, there's some skill. But others will probably have, if there's a percentage, you're going to be over 50% luck. Skill shots require more control in your court. And that way you can do it more. If you can't do it more, you're still training, you're getting there, you're developing a skill. Proxy, bro, you were one of my winners, Proxy. I believe it was a couple weeks ago, you won. And so if you want 25% coupon, just send me an email of your screenshot, your name, and you got 25% towards Nobody Knife Works. So if you wanted to get yourself something, you can get some money off, pretty decent amount. But yeah, you're a winner. I've been waiting for you to get online. I do giveaways. I'll be doing my giveaway for tomorrow. Tomorrow will be my giveaway. All you got to do is be a subscriber, and then comment in the chat with whatever I ask you to do, and you got a chance to win.
I have no idea how many.
Yeah, man. Congratulations, Proxy. I'm glad. I knew you were going to pop back in so that I could let you know you were a winner here. Who knows? Sometimes the knives, go in such the awkwardest place. It bounced. It bounced off here, right? And went in this direction. So whether it's in a weird spot there, but obviously it's not in the box, it went really close to you.
I know.
So I feel like maybe it could even be in the back of the couch.
Okay, you still do your live.
We could look for that knife afterwards. I'm gonna use right now. Let me see here.
mind-boggling, that's all.
It is a little mind-boggling, I tell you, it is.
Let me cut it from the camera for a second. Sorry.
I'm going to use my tortos here. I'm going to bring you up a little bit closer so that you can see. That spray paint line is my 3 meter mark. All right, we're just going to take this sheath off. It's getting in the way and bothering me. I feel like it could be in that shelving unit right there. All right. The reason I'm doing this right now live is I've been throwing through a hockey puck lately. And when I was throwing through the hockey puck with tons of power, I was getting like within an inch of the puck every single time. Literally. Which made me feel like, wow, I got serious accuracy with my power. A lot of people say they lose accuracy with power, but I think just the skill I've developed, throwing hard all the time, being consistent with my body mechanics, now I got a pretty close shot. I wasn't using these knives, these are my tortos. So I'm just going to show you, I haven't been throwing these through hockey pucks. We're just going to use these to see if I can do it with a different knife, because it sometimes matters with what the knife you're using. But if you develop the skill that you can pick up any knife and throw it, that's kind of what I'm trying to demonstrate right now. First throw, right in the card. Now it's going to be tough to get the other ones. I want to take it out. Right in there.
Adam asks, can you show us your grip on the knife when you do your power?
So I developed a little bit, I changed it up over time, but for years now I've been doing this. So my finger isn't flat. I have it moved up a bit. You get here. So my finger's up a bit here like that. My thumb is along the side, but also not flat, just my fingerprint. And then my fingers are wrapped underneath. And this also goes for long distance as well. Same grip, nothing changes. And it's firm, nothing's loose. I don't have a loose grip, a loose wrist. I ain't, holding this thing like it's a feather. I'm gripping this thing like a knife. And if you were to try to pull this out of my hand, you'd struggle. It wouldn't just slide out of my hand. I'd have more of a push throw. So I want more control. I don't want to look at using my body like a whip. I just train to push the knife, to throw the knife like a ball. So having like a ball, when you hold the ball, you're gripping the ball. Same thing with my knife. Two times in a row hitting that thing. That's what I mean. Like, wanted to just demonstrate a little bit here. And if I'm going to miss, I'm not going to be far off. That's right, I got a Pokemon card.
Wade says that looks so much further than 3 meters.
Yeah, the cameras play tricks on certain options. But I'm letting you know that's 3 meters right there. All right by the card. A lot of people, if you stick your knife, yeah. But if you're training for a while, you got to get beyond the beginning and be happy about improvements. I see some people when they throw, their accuracy is all over the target. You want to be able to aim what you're going for. Call your shot out in your mind or out loud. Put a card up there. Go for that card. Your power, if you got a lot of power, you need to have control. I mean, if you're, what's that saying? I'd rather be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. If you have a lot of power, you got to be able to control that power, else it's useless. It's stupid, in my opinion. So with a lot of power, comes a lot of responsibility. You want to be able to control that power. Is that power going to be effective? If someone's coming at you, an attacker, are you going to hit it? I'm going to put everything I have into it, and I guarantee you I'm hitting what I want to hit. And I train at moving targets. So obviously the target you're going to be going after, whether it's like a rabbit or whatever, a raccoon with rabies, coming up to you at a campfire, it's going to be moving. It's not just going to stand there and let you throw at it. So, you know, for the most part too, if you're throwing at somebody standing and they see it coming, their reaction is to move. So I always tell people aim for the center of mass, because when you move, the center of mass doesn't move. It's the head that's going to be moving. That's what a human wants to do, is they want to move their head. That's the line of sight, right? The sight, that's the instinct, the reaction is going to be. So with the power, you want to be able to control it. And that's all I've been working for. Every day, hours and hours. And I've been going on 6 years of throwing knives now. Right beside it.
Adam asks,
Oh man.
can you fast draw without aiming? But Wade also wants to know, are you using the finger on top to aim or point to your release spot?
I would say the finger, the tip, is like a lot of aim. There's a lot of aim coming with that, but it's the body mechanics. I think everything is working together to get me accurate. You know, baseball players, I throw a lot like them. They stand sideways to the target, right? They wind up, and then they throw. They're not pointing. They allow the ball to follow through. Their body to follow through. So it's not just going to look like you're pointing, but generally, the more training you get, you feel that release point. And it's almost where you're going to be pointing. You're just going to be following through more. So yeah, a lot. I always say a lot. When it comes to no spin throwing, happens right here. Like a lot. You know, if you're using an open hand grip, two fingers, a little different. But generally, most people that throw no spin are using this finger along the spine, and they're controlling the spin by brushing it or allowing the knife to slide out of their hand. I use it to push. I push. And my body forces that push too. So I'm putting a lot into it. A lot of body mechanics to get that power I'm going for. But a lot can come from a push of the finger. So when you have a balance point in the center and you push, it's not going to alter the spin of the knife. You want to put your finger right where that center point is. So when you push, it's not going to affect the spin. And you're going to get what you desire, that no spin throw. So yeah, lots to do with the finger, man. A lot. A lot of people call it a pull, whip, different ways of throwing. But I think everyone's got a little bit going on here that it's really hard to show in videos. It's even really hard to explain. You just got to do it enough times and feel it yourself. Feel because it's not natural. It's the only, what I call skill, because I played a lot of baseball, throwing, you know, so I use my body mechanics the same way. But everything that I had to learn came from really changing my grip up on the ball. Now that wasn't a ball, it was a knife. So what did I have to do? Well, I just played around with how it felt in my hand. And when I got a stick, you know, I would remember that. I really kept my mind clear, and I was very focused on learning. So I had the complete quiet. Wasn't drinking, doing stupid drugs, stuff like that. I was focused, and it helped me just feel what I was looking for. And so I picked up on it, and then just kind of developed it over time, little fine tweaks to make it better. But I understood the effect this had. I really felt it. Just that effect of slide. I played with that. I played with the push. I played with everything. And I go for power, so push, you know, a lot of force, a lot of body mechanics. I'm using the body as much as a baseball pitcher uses it, because they've developed the best body mechanics to throw the hardest in the world. At a Major League Baseball, pitchers are the best. They throw accuracy, they throw hard and fast, and they do it over and over and over and over again. And they're getting within that strike zone all the time. So, you know, I like that body mechanic. I want and develop that, and I like it. I like it. It works really well.
So Wallace is watching. He's a thrower in Brazil.
Awesome, man.
Nice
to have you, Wallace.
We got Northbound Impalement. He says, hey, brother.
Northbound, what's going on? I know you won last live. I know it's 25% off, so it's kind of obligating you to buy something, but you're going to get a discount if you want. I know you're on Facebook, but just do it the way everyone does it. Reach out to me through my email, and I'll give you that discount code. But you're my second winner on the coupon there, the 25% off. So if you want it, let me know. If you don't want it, that's okay. I'll give another one out tomorrow. I'm giving them out on my lives every week.
Proxy says some folks say grip doesn't matter, but it definitely does matter, and people should search what works well within their goals.
Oh. Grip matters a bunch, man. Like, whatever throw you're doing, if it's a whip, you know, skank, BMO, whatever style you want to pick up and do, man, it's like, the grip is huge. It's huge. Like, I don't know what people, you know, that's insane. Like, obviously grip has something to do with it. Maybe people just feel like it's like a slingshot, you know, and their hand is just holding the knife and not doing anything. So when they use their whip, the knife just comes out of their hand. Again, that's a different style that I'm not really discussing those types of styles, and maybe there's a little less to do with the grip because, you know, they're throwing such an unnatural way, but it works with knives. So yeah, probably some grips for some people doesn't matter as much. You know, I changed my mind on that. Where you think about it, it's like that whip, you know, their hand is just the holder of the knife, and everything's coming from their hips, their body mechanics, and then the knife just comes out. So they think it doesn't matter, but it still matters. Of course it matters. Like how that knife's gonna whip out of their hand. Obviously you don't want to restrict it. You want, if it's no spin throwing, you're gonna have a little bit of this slide. You're gonna have to feel those things, which might be a little more minor in those styles, but it's still a real deal. Because like for grip, sorry, I talk a lot, I love it, but grip is like, I can throw any way. If I have the grip doesn't change for me, but I can throw, you know, without my body mechanics doing much. Because the grip is what really, I can throw a knife with just my hand. Right? You almost practice up close, and you don't have to do much. You just work with that wrist in that hand, that finger, the index. When you move back, for me, it becomes more. Others, maybe it stays a little bit, not as much. They're just kind of like going up and down. That's it. They're going up, whether they want to make it look like this, because it just keeps them consistent. So they have this pattern of bringing it up and bringing it down, right? And that's all they do, no matter where they're throwing. They just go up and down, up and down. Like, I can throw that way. I can throw any way, really. But for me, I'm looking for the most powerful way I can throw. So I have to put more into it. Those people aren't going to get the power I can get with the way they throw. They're, you know, my desire, my wheelhouse is power. It's the power. I love the power. I'm not throwing a feather. I'm not throwing, if I had to go to competition, I would throw the same way. I'm accurate with this power. And I would bring the power, like people would not, they'd be like, what the frick? They'd probably be shocked. Because I would be throwing at a competition, usually nobody would throw that way. I've seen live competitions. Not many people would be going up to the line like this, right? Bringing a freaking pitcher style throw. But that's the way I would do it. I'm confident in my accuracy at 7 meters, no problem. And I would bring it. But I'm looking for power, so I don't want to throw this way. I want to throw with the most power this world has ever seen. And I've shown it. I'm not just talking. I bring it to the freaking live streams and I show people. So a lot of this people do. I try to just do it. I just show up and do it. That card's getting destroyed. But that's what I mean. With all the power, like a baseball pitcher, they can hit that strike zone if they want all the time. You just got to make sure the way you're throwing with your body and everything is consistent. That's the main thing. Be consistent. Don't change things up. Don't just, you know, people that are loose, I think, they're moving weird. You know, they do these weird movements. They're not going to be as accurate. I think, you know, like in any accurate sport, people are very focused, still, calm. They have control over their nerves. They're not winging all over. They're staring at their target, right? They're breathing. Everything is at a certain, you know, like trained to do a certain thing. Sometimes the handle will block the card. I'd rather not hurt my knives. I'll just grab it.
So Wade says he's new to the channel, and he says So you're not spinning the blade. Wow, I thought I just couldn't see it. No spin and tumbling the blade throw is very difficult. Props to that.
It's very new. It's picking up a lot of popularity over the years. But yeah, throwing a knife without it spinning. People call it anti-spin because there's a slight spin in the air, but it's not spinning. It's not doing a half spin. If anything, it's a quarter spin. When I throw like a bullet and I do a bullet spin, the knife isn't even doing a quarter turn. It's going straight out my hand. I use more pronation when I do that, but I lose power doing that. So, I throw with a bunch of power. It's coming out my hand and it's doing a slight quarter turn, maybe a little less even than a quarter turn. But Wade, thanks for being a subscriber. Appreciate you.
Adam86 says, why power shot for defense? And Pre says, would you use that way in self-defense?
Yeah. I could draw my knife really quick and I can get to my throw. At my channel, I have a lot of combat videos and showing my style. I can deploy knives very quick. I can throw them very fast. And like when I throw, I talk about it in a way like Eminem. You got one shot, one opportunity. You want to be able to hit that shot. I don't want to be throwing a light, something that might not do nothing. If I miss, that's still going to do something because I'm putting everything into it. So when it comes, I'm more combat, I'm military. I've been almost in the military army for 10, 20 years, Everything in my mind is kind of filtered through my life of being a military member. So when I got into knife throwing, it was generally first to be combat, not a ninja, not someone throwing ninja stars. That doesn't happen anymore. I wanted to, if I could do it. If it's a possibility, I would just have a little bit more in my toolbox to use, because I'm in a career where my life's at stake. I go to war. Who knows what's going to happen to me, where I'm going to be at. And if all I have left is a knife or a couple knives, now that I'm a knife thrower, I always have a couple knives on me. Well, I can do more with that, rather than just always hand-to-hand combat. I'll do hand-to-hand combat too, but yeah, throwing hard, I'm going to be able to penetrate whatever I can. Like if I can get through a hockey puck, I can get through frying pans. Clothing ain't going to be a thing. Bones, I'll even break your bones when I hit your rib cage. It's going to break your ribs apart and go into your heart. Like I would love a ballistic dummy. If someone could reach out to somebody to send me a ballistic dummy, a sponsor, whatever, I'll get right through the eye hole of that ballistic dummy and I'll go out the back of the brain. I guarantee it. I have certain eyes that I've custom made so that I would get the max penetration. And I have no doubt I would throw at that ballistic dummy like no one's ever seen before. I've seen some people and it goes in a couple inches and it just wobbles. It's like, I'd be like Arnold Schwarzenegger and I'd stick around.
So the Shuriken Sound says, hello boys, just passing through for a moment.
What's going on, Shuriken?
Says hope everyone's doing well. Clyde Frog had to go in with the Eminem lyric, You only had one shot or one chance.
One opportunity. Both my knives block that.
Adam says, will you throw your one knife in a defensive situation?
If it was my last knife left, of course the situation will depict what I'll do, but I'm not trained to throw my last weapon. Anybody that is talking combat knife throwing will always tell you, you're never going to throw away your last weapon. If it was an animal, and I didn't want like a rabies, like a raccoon, maybe I'd throw my last, and I would then just track down the other knives that I missed it. But if it was a human or I was in a war situation, most likely I wouldn't. But again, understanding the situation, training with a mindset of anything can happen. So you put yourself in scenarios in your training that if you were to throw your last weapon, but you're in mind ready, you're going to charge with it and pick that weapon up, pull it out of them, tackle the person and get it. Like you could use that to your advantage in some situation, I would say, but for the most part, I wouldn't be looking to throw away my last weapon. I would rather keep it, retreat, at least to have something with me if they catch me, or if I have to defend myself or someone else, then I'm charging them with my knife in hand, and then I'm going to do something about it.
Throw says mom spaghetti.
Mom spaghetti. Oh, dead center. That's what I mean. When you got a lot of power, my grouping, this is my farthest knife off. And I'm only about 4 inches off there. If you got powerful throws, that's cool, but can you control it? Or else it's pointless in my opinion. Don't train to just throw willy-nilly anywhere you want. Someone even out there, they're into the combat throwing, and they want to throw 2 knives spread apart. In mind, yeah, that's cool. You're covering a bigger distance like a shotgun, but you're losing power. You're throwing 2 weapons away at once. Why not make one count? And if you have another one, rather than throw 2 away at the same time, you got another one. You know how much more accurate I am on the second throw? My first throw gets me like tracked in. Then my second throw, I'm zeroed in more. So I'm going to get a sheath made by Keystone Sheaths, and it's going to be 2 knives in a sheath. And that's going to be my EDC throwers. So when I deploy it out of my sheath, I got 2 ready to go. 2 ready to go. And then that means I don't have to have sheaths or neck ones all over me. I just need one sheath, compact, very, very easily concealed. Nothing's bulging out or, those bulky ones. It's going to be hidden. So if I need to deploy them, I got 2. And then I'll have my other one on me for hand-to-hand combat. But that's what I'm looking for when it comes to an EDC thrower. Don't throw 2 at once. Go for that best shot. You only got 1 shot, 1 opportunity. You know what I mean? Like, really take that to heart. There's some truth there.
Throw says that's why you carry multiple.
Yep.
And Adam says you throw military knives like Glock knives.
I throw military knives. My EDC throwers are sharp, live edge. Yeah, you're going to get better penetration with a live edge. So even these, if I were to make this on my EDC thrower, it's a Tanto tip. I would make the Tanto part live edge. So that's going to penetrate better. It's going to penetrate better. It's just the way it is. Nice strong steel, live edge that, and then I'm going to be able to use that thing too hand to hand. It's not going to be a wasted weapon because, I'm looking just to use those as throwers. This thing I can pull out and I can still cut and slash if I want. I'm not going to limit my weapons to just be a thrower, which just means it has a pointy tip. And yeah, you can still use it as a weapon by whacking somebody over the head with it, but you can use it for more. You can do more with it, right?
Throsa says in Georgia you can carry up to a 12-inch blade concealed.
Wow, that's not bad at all. Yeah, there's certain provinces here in Canada where you can carry anything, as long as you can explain to the cops what it's for. So if you're walking around the street with a samurai sword and you're saying, yeah, I'm using this for bushcraft, I'm carving up my wood with this samurai, it's probably not going to go over well. But other provinces have, as long as the blade isn't bigger than the palm of your hand, where I'm at, it's pretty open. There's certain stupid rules that Canada has, like ninja stars are illegal, throwing cards are illegal, but knives are open. They got a pretty good grip on weapons and hunting weapons, but you can still get licensed and you can still carry. But when it comes to knives, they're pretty good. We're pretty good, so I'm free to be a knife thrower in Canada, especially the not sharp ones. Like, I can still do some serious damage with a non-sharp knife. I'm just saying, if I have to do what I got to do, then I'm making it 1 shot, 1 opportunity. I'm going to make it the best freaking shot I possibly can. And that means I zero everything. I think about it all. I'm a very heavy thinker. And I think about everything possible. Do a lot of research so that my mind doesn't miss something. And then I zero it down to be the best it can be. That's just the way I am. Some people, they take an easy route and they get to where they want to go. Maybe they miss something. I try not to miss anything. I would rather work harder and longer, but know I have the best outcome I can get. Know I did the best I can do. I think I've displayed this over and over. I mean, this card is destroyed in the center. I wanted to do that. I love my channel for trick shots. That's trying to be my main thing. It is Good Friday, so we can do some fast draws. I'll show you how I do that. I just did a couple tricks like that. We'll do a same hand can pin with the fast draw. So that means I'll throw my can and then I'll deploy my knife and I'll hit it. I'll do that right now. That's what I'll do. I'll set up.
So Papa says,
Papa, welcome to the channel.
can you throw in any direction or only forward accurately?
Mm-mm.
Could you throw up with a decent aim?
Yeah, I've moved 3 times since I've been a knife thrower, and I've had targets on the bottom where I learned. So the first few years of training, I had targets from the bottom to the top, different distances. So I trained very instinctively that way, where I can throw anywhere, up, down, sideways. Like I do walkbacks that I'm like 3 meters off to the target, and I go in a diagonal way, and then I throw, and then I go the other way. I want to be able to throw from again, I'm more combat oriented. I want to be able to throw any way possible. So I train anyway, jumping in the air over a bicycle. You know, I train you name it, I'd probably have done it.
Adam wants to know, you train fighting with knives or only throwing?
I've had training with knives as well. I've done some martial arts in my life, some of the military training with bayonets. So I've done a little bit of everything. So I'm ready for anything. I think now I'd have to say though, I put more time into throwing knives than anything else because it's also become a hobby. Like I can use this, but maybe in my life I'll never have to use a knife in combat to throw. But I love it so much, you know, I love it so much. Most people are just afraid of me in Canada or at work. So it's already done, like that intimidation factor that I bring. I've already gained that like crazy. But for me, yeah, I definitely I can do anything. I can be pretty good with a knife. I wouldn't want to come at me if I wasn't me and I was coming at me, you know, I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want me throwing at me. I definitely wouldn't want that. I know what's going on here in my throwing. All right, so this is what we're gonna do here. I'm gonna need some time to warm up, but it is what it is. So I hold I don't have good rigs when it comes to sheaths. I'm looking for someone to make me something, but I'm not like a fast draw competition where I got a whole rig to make this pretty and easy. I got to work way harder at this trick shot. So I have to hold it, right? So I have to have this. I'm going to throw the can, and then I'm going to deploy it. My sheaths suck for this type of stuff, but in my head, the way I think about it, it just makes me better. If I were to get a rig that was all like, these people have these wobbly no spin rigs on the side of their leg, nothing's restricting them from pulling it out. There's not much skill involved there. I have to be honest with that. They've made it as easy as possible to do a fast draw. There's like, you might as well just hold your knife at the side of your leg and then throw. That's all it is. It really is just holding your knife here and then throwing. That's literally all it is. I don't see much.
Proxy had to step away, but he says he wants to know what spike he has in his sheath.
Oh, this one. They don't make this anymore. This is from Angel Fire Knives, the Tazuki. I love it. I love it because this shape at the bottom here, the handle, for fast draw, gives me a nice grip. I don't slide. I can grab that thing with that hook at the bottom. I really like this design. They don't make these anymore. It's very unique. There's a lot of no-spin throwers out there. They all look a little similar, but this is very unique in its own way because of that handle and how thin it is here. It really gives you a good handle, a good grip. So I'm just going to do a couple fast draws. I throw the same way. If I'm throwing like this, I draw it out and throw like that. That allows me to be more accurate, and this I would consider a skill shot. It's not going to... I don't need luck to get this trick done. I need to be determined and not give up. And I know what I need to do it. I'm not going to just allow luck to play fate right now. I'm going to put things in my control. So this is the best way I know to hold my sheath. I'm going to tuck my shirt in so the shirt doesn't get in the way of drawing it, because you got to be freaking within a second to do this trick or skill shot. So I set it up in a way where, I can just rely on my skill to get it done. Might take me a little bit because the hardest thing is throwing the can. I got no weight in here, but I mean my garage is not windy. I'm gonna be at 3 meters here, and we're just gonna kind of warm up with the can throw. Beautiful. And then when it comes to fast draw, I'm gonna be throwing bullseye.
Adam86 says, your throws look very good and powerful. It's nice to see a military man showing power shots.
I know all these wannabe ninjas out there trying to show it who haven't fought a day in their life. I mean, no offense to you, man, but be real about it. A lot of people, I think, hide behind this fake image, behind a screen, behind their videos. I appreciate the comment. I don't want to get too carried away here, but my channel, I don't hold back. If it's the truth, I'm going to say it. I'm not. If you're going to get offended over the truth, it says more about you than me, man. I'm not ashamed or afraid to talk about the truth. If it's going to help you be better or people to be honest, great. Then you heard the truth and you changed and you're better for it. That's what I would hope people can do. But yeah, so I would never in combat throw from the sheath. I would rather draw it out and be ready. Draw it out, get to my position, but I'm not going to put myself in a situation where I got to draw it out and throw. If someone's charging me and they're at a certain distance, I know I still have time because I can still deploy that knife and throw it within a second. I don't have to just make a mistake or limit my accuracy because I'm trying to do a fast draw in 0.5 seconds in combat. If they're charging me and they're within a distance, I might just allow them to charge me, right? And then I'll deal with them because what do they have? If they have a weapon, I'll even back up if I can back up. If I'm I'm not going to put myself in a corner. We got to be real about certain combat situations. If I put myself in a corner, then I'm going to have to really decide what I'm going to do. Why did I get myself there in the first place? This is pure skill shot, moving target, showing certain skills, hand-to-hand, hand-eye coordination, being accurate under pressure. I'm obviously live. I got people watching. How many people are on right now?
We got 12.
Not bad. Thank you, guys. This is awesome. Good Friday live turnout. We're just going to get into it. I warmed up once. A lot of people, too, for this type of trick, will lob it. Gives them more time to react. I got a pretty low ceiling here, 10 feet. I can't lob it too much. It's gonna hit. It's gonna hit certain stuff. I have to pretty much throw it to the target. It makes it even harder. I don't care when things are harder. I love it. This isn't an excuse. This is just showing you the level of much more skill when someone's not lobbing it. They're going towards it. They're giving themselves not much time to hit that target. Can you guys see me well?
Yes.
Can you see my whole body so they're not missing anything? I'm not going to trick anybody here. This is real deal Holyfield.
Yep, we can see you.
I say it doesn't count too unless I throw my knife. I'm just zeroing in right now. I'm just zeroing in the feel and the timing. A lot to do with timing too. That can hit right here. So that's one throw. That's one throw. Anything you guys want to know? Know I'm a chatter. I talk. I don't normally get myself in a rhythm, which is good. I think that means more skill too. Take your time. Set up, reset, not luck. If you're just tossing and throwing, you're going to hit it once. You're going to get it eventually. I'll feel it. I just jumped into this. I don't do this every day. This isn't a way I train. So if I don't train a certain way, I don't do it. I throw cans and I snipe it because that's the way I throw. I'm just working on moving targets. And I do that all the time. I'm probably a world champ right now at can pinning. I just won an online competition live. I pinned 10 cans in 7 minutes, 6 minutes.
Foxy says he's only here for entertainment only.
Haha, yes, buddy.
To see the throws.
I'm glad I could be entertaining, man. You.
Yeah, we got someone on here just making stupid comments.
What is it? Like, what is it about?
Ask him what you're reefing on.
What am I reefing on? I don't
Acting
smoke
like
anything,
this.
man. I don't do any drugs.
Now he's going on Call of Duty to save lives. He's been making just weird comments through the whole thing.
Yeah, some of us are actually soldiers. Some of us are actually in the military. Some of us don't just pretend. Some of us live it. A lot of people, you're going to deal with that. I love those comments. Man, I got 250 haters. I mean, I got to update that.
Yeah.
I don't care. You guys make me better. Those people with those comments
Someone's
are...
putting a bunch of laughing faces as we're saying this.
Yeah. I mean, those people, 10 times out of 10, in front of me, they wouldn't say that.
Yeah. Maybe he's saying that because I'm coughing. I'm just getting over.
Oh, my wife, yeah, we just got over a flu.
sickness.
We don't smoke drugs, we don't smoke cigarettes. We're clean. Why? Because it's Good Friday. And a day like this, you're not taking time off because of an Easter bunny. You're taking time off because Jesus died for your sins. He did that for me and cleaned me up. Get offended by that, then you know, go hide in a corner in a basement somewhere and turn the lights off.
We'll get a tissue.
Ooh.
Sorry, guys.
You don't have to stick around. I could read comments too if you want me
I
to.
just had to get that big one out.
All right, I think we're at 3 throws here, 3 or 4. But I hit the can there. I've been pretty close. I'm not throwing the can to the same spot, so I'm tracking it within like a half a meter of my target. I'm happy with all that stuff. That's okay with me. That was too low. I needed to kind of hit the target. Oh, see what I mean by being too high? I can't lob it. And with this trick, this is the only time I throw the can with my palm down. Every single time I throw with my left hand and I throw palm up. This is the only trick I use this because my hand's ready to go grab the knife. I don't want to throw and have to turn my hand. So I do it this way. I don't train that way of throwing the can. Let's just make that clear there. So this is new for me, throwing the can this way. So again, 4 throws, 5 throws. Oh, I smashed it.
Yeah, I thought that was it.
You know you smash it when the can's like destroyed. Six throws.
Matico says, trick, you mean skill shot.
Exactly, skill shot. Exactly, my man, exactly. I don't normally throw cans either without weight in them. I don't even know why I'm doing it this way. Probably to get a little less accurate and show more skill shot. I'm happy with those. I'm also, if you realize too, every throw haven't missed. My knife is hitting the target. And I'm deploying this thing in seconds, like milliseconds, less than a second every time. Good training this way. Don't get mad if you don't get the trick right away. This is training. As long as you're training the right way. You don't want to develop bad habits. Don't waste a shot. Don't just throw to throw. Make sure you're good. We got this. I got more tricks after this to do. I love doing trick shots on this channel.
Skill shots.
Skill shots. I'm too used to saying trick shots. Everyone is. But I think a lot of people would rather say skill shot.
JT says your knife is hitting with power every time.
Yeah. Thanks, bro. Appreciate that. That's my wheelhouse here, man. Power. And then, yeah, that's ash wood. That's like the hardest wood you could use for a target. Just makes you better. Just makes you better. No excuses on this channel. Alright, let's get this. Let's get this. Let's go. What? What? This is my celebration chair. Celebration stool. That's what this is. See how the last one I had broke within like 2 days. And I do so many trick shots. I'm doing like so many celebrations. Woo! I got that within 10. I mean, call that a trick shot, I call it a skill shot. I didn't get that because of luck. You know? And I know a lot of people out there, they don't get their shots because of luck. So you got to give people a little more credit. But I freaking, boom.
Medico and Proxy both say, let's go.
Let's go. That was beautiful. You know what? Let's show a little bit more skill. I have a lot of balance because of hockey. I'm going to do a can pin on 1 foot.
Adam says, thanks for all the answers. He will subscribe and wait for
Thanks,
more.
man.
I think he's waving goodbye. Proxy says, good work.
I did that trick just recently with a ring. So I made it a short video because the plan is to have like 5 shorts a week, 2 lives a week, and 1 video a week. That's the plan. Lots of content. Every day I'm going to be rolling something out. So today's my live, tomorrow's a live. I'll throw that short on for Sunday. And then someday, like probably Wednesday, I'm going to upload a video. And I'm going to try to make them longer, more like an episode format. So 10 minutes and beyond. The last video, I can only get 5 minutes because I use my GoPro. But the phone doesn't, for videos, limit the quality. So I'll use my phone for longer videos. And I kind of want to make it a little more entertaining. Longer, sit down. You're not just gonna watch a 2-minute video, 5-minute video. You're gonna be able to freaking chill and have some fun, laugh, enjoy your time when you're watching it. So yeah, can you see my feet?
Yes.
I'm gonna be balancing on 1 foot.
Yes.
So I'm gonna throw the can on 1 foot and I'm gonna throw my knife with 1 foot.
As long as you're right by that line, we can see.
Okay. A lot of people do this. And I think it will develop bad habits if that's the way you're training at the beginning, type of silly type of stuff. This is silly to me, but it's fun. It's fun to challenge yourself once you've developed the throw you're happy with and you're not really changing too much or learning too much. You're just mastering as much as you can master it. People say you can't master something. I think you can. You're just pushing yourself, as much as you can, but you're at a level where you're not going to develop bad habits anymore. So your training is solidified and you're good with it. So that's why I would do something like this. I'm fine. Now I'm just developing. I'm just showing off, here's my balance. Here's like I can throw the same way with power with, 1 foot.
JT wants to know if you could show him how you're spinning your knife.
How I'm spinning it? I'm not spinning it. It's no spin.
When you're flipping it like that.
Oh, I on my finger, it just rotates. So I could go one way with it and it just, you find that center point or balance point, and then you just kind of like with the motion of your hand going up, you're pushing it underneath with your finger, and you're getting a rotation, and you're stopping it with your thumb. So you get the thumb out of the way, and then you bring the thumb back and you catch it. And if you catch it a little lower, you can go the other way. So you go one way, hold it, and then you can get that rotation the other way. A lot of people use their fingers like that. They'll spin it and use their fingers. There's some guys out there that do way better than me. I do it like this. It's a nerve thing. It relaxes me. It's calm. But I'm just doing it on my index finger. And I spin. I get my fingers out of the way. And then I pinch it with my thumb. And I hold it like that's the way it looks at the end. Starts off in the center. And then I pinch it. And it just rotates. And I can rotate back. Boom. Boom. It's just calming. All right, here we go. 1 foot. Oh, I got in the card And to be honest, I'm aiming for the card. That's 2. That's 2. Oh. 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 It'd be nice to kind of like end standing on 1 foot too. Let me try.
JT says thanks, he'll be practicing that.
Yeah, it's fun. You know, non-sharp knives, you can practice with a pencil. You know, a little bit of weight helps, but it's just very relaxing. I can do it with my eyes closed. I don't have to think about it. At work, you know, it's like those people have those fidget spinners and things. If you're a knife thrower, you're into knives, fidget with your knife. You know? This can is flopping around. I don't know why. I think it's light. Let me just get a different can. And for some reason, I think we'll get it a little bit easier. All right, so I'm going to throw it 1 foot, and I'm going to stop with 1 foot. I'm not going to throw it and go forward. I'm staying on 1 foot the entire time. That can fell right beside it. Oh, and I taxi drive that too.
You did.
So we're changing the can up within 2. Hey, look at that I can do. Oh, that was beautiful. And I hit it probably a good like 1.5 feet. Taxied it right to the friggin' target. My name doesn't go around the knife throwing community a lot. That's okay, but I'm glad you guys show up. I'm going to show you guys what's going on. A lot of people out there are gatekeepers and they don't want me to have any spotlight. But I'm here to do things that people don't do. I'm just going to bring it. I love bringing it. I love challenging myself. And I'm very competitive. I do want to put myself at a level where I can say I'm the most powerful knife thrower in the world. And I prove it. I don't just say it because I can throw fast. Anyone could throw into a target and make it look cool on video. I think the best way to measure power is penetration. Penetrate some things with your knife. Show us the knife you're using and penetrate it. All right, let's do something else. I'm on a roll. What else are we gonna do here? I think we're gonna let's do a different style of throwing. So, oh, hold on. Woo! Yeah! Yo, you gotta celebrate. You gotta have some fun. You get something done, have some fun with it. Woo! That was good. I don't think I've ever done a can pin on 1 foot before. It's not that hard when you do it all the time, but I don't know. I've never seen that done much. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna throw. I'm gonna be right on the line kind of, but I'm gonna throw the can this way. And I'm going to do a windmill and pin it like that. Again, this one I would say there's a little bit more, not more luck. There's skill involved here. I've practiced this way very little. Maybe an hour in my lifetime I practiced throwing like this. But I thought about it as in like throwing from the sheath, no spin. So you're grabbing your knife out of the sheath and you're throwing it. It's kind of out of the sheath. And that's where this throw came from, me thinking about throwing no spin from the sheath. You know, rotation throwers can do it a lot easier, and they throw from the sheath, like pull it out and throw it. For no spin, that's tricky. So I thought this would be, like, you know, as low as you're gonna get, as close as you're gonna get. So that's what we're gonna do here. Switch it, you know, when you can switch it up like this and throw a different way and hit a moving target, there's skill involved. If I'm going to sit here for 50, 100 throws, maybe not much skill there. Maybe I'm all right. Let's see if I hit my target every time with the knife or if I'm missing. Oh.
That was close.
Oh. I got through the can, but because I hit it right here, it didn't stick. But I got through the can. I just hit it on the side. Ooh, that was like the second throw. That's not bad in my books. Ooh. Ooh. Thank you for stopping by, everybody. I appreciate every single one of you. If you guys got any questions, let me know. Give you the best answer, not holding back anything. Just going to give you the best answer I can. I kind of just went for that one, but I knew where the can was aimed. Once you understand the grip and you got a very comfortable grip, I think at this point you can throw any way you want. The grip stays the same for me. The body mechanics are but when you understand the grip and the finger, the index finger, I think you can do a lot more than what you think. If you're not able to switch things up, give it a try. Just don't change your grip up. You know what it feels like when you release the knife from your hand. Keep that same feeling, and you can throw from any way. Underhand, whatever this is called, I don't even know. We'll call it the windmill throw. So I feel like I'm doing a windmill here. It's like one of those robots. You go. All right.
Northbound impalement. We do have lots of cardinals outside. We actually have a red cardinal nest right out front of our window.
Set up a nest right in front of us, cardinals. You hear them, eh?
Yeah, he said
it's a beautiful day in Canada on the East Coast right now. Love it. If my muddy grass wasn't muddy, we'd be outside.
Ooh. Yeah, his comment was you guys got cardinals outside, eh?
I love birds, man. I'm a bird fan. The can's got a lot of holes in it now, and the air gets into the holes and kind of throws it off. Just makes it better, though. If you can get it to the target, good. Good enough.
Giant Cat says, such a cool skill to have.
Skill, it's awesome. It's fun hobby. It's relaxing, therapeutic. Yeah, throwing knives is knives are like, one of the original weapons humans had. Slingshot, knives is very close. As soon as we were able to get metal, knives, swords. Knives. I don't even like going for the can when it's close to the edge. Ooh. Ooh. First miss, but I hit the can, and it was a miss I'm okay with. Under-rotated knives are what I'm talking about. If you're over-rotating your knife, that's not too good. Under-rotated, I can accept that. We'll work on that a lot easier. This can, if I switch the can up, I'd have it. I'm telling you right now, but I'm not gonna. Not yet. I mean, I'm a lot less accurate, obviously, throwing like this, but this is totally like what we do on the channel. We just do a whole bunch of stuff. Another under-rotated knife. It's okay. I lose a lot of power with this too, so when that tip hits sometimes, it doesn't stick. Hard spots on that target too. I feel it. Let's do this. Ooh. I don't want to aim for here. I'm going to step a little differently here. I always say if it's not working, don't keep doing the same thing. Change it up. I just don't want to block you. That's better. That's better. I like that. This can has taken a beating. Like it's got holes all around it. Oh, right in the card. It's taking me a little longer here, but I'm not missing too much. I'm okay with that. So I mean, I was literally pointing in. My curtain did its job. First time. Alright, slow down a bit. Let me get a little drink. And when I talk about a drink, I mean the good old water.
The rye guy wants to know if you're secure. I don't know what that means.
That's Nathan from work.
Oh.
The medic.
Rye guy.
Bro, I'm a little insecure right now. I don't know if I'm secured. I don't know. It's good to see you coming on, man. I hope you're doing well. That coin collection is awesome. Rye is a medic. So give him a shout out in the chat to Rye. Good guy. Medics are freaking, I mean, I give them a lot of respect for what they do in the military.
He says thanks, man.
That guy's he's been around. He's been there and back. We're throwing away. I don't normally throw.
Ew, I'm not reading that out loud.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does some dirty stuff. But he does it because people need help. I feel like I'm going to get it in the next 3 throws. Now that I made this adjustment, I'm feeling good. Oh. It's such an awkward way to throw your can.
It is.
It really is. One of my celebrations, I destroyed my light. I think you might have saw that in my last video. That's a new light bulb. I took that thing out. I gotta adjust my can throw now. I gotta throw it harder. I like saying what I'm gonna do differently out loud. I hear it in my brain more, so then I react differently. I don't, it's harder for me to make a change if I'm quiet or, keeping it to myself in my head. I get it out, I say it out loud, and I make the change a lot better. Ooh. That was it. Now we're going to switch the can up, but that was it. That was it so much the can stayed on the knife. I don't know what happened there. I think I hit a serious hard spot on that target. Well, I kind of got it within 3 throws, like I said, but here we go. Excuse me. It's another empty can. Let's throw something in. This has holes in it prior. Let's do this. Come on. Come on. I don't want to make 50 throws. Just if you're throwing knives, just try something you've never done before and see how, it's challenging. Obviously it doesn't come quick. You don't do that. It's not even making it to the target. You know what? I'm going to do it. Enough of this. Enough. Ooh, 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 ooh. Here we go. Here we go. Hope everyone's enjoying their Good Friday.
That quick release is quite impressive.
It's fast. It's
the
a nice.
guy says.
It's a weird way to throw your knife, but I got it from a sheath. Like I thought, pulling out of the sheath and throwing it, really fast way of doing that. Like if that was done in a fast draw competition, I wonder how well it would stand up to others.
Northbound wants to know, were you up in Petawawa for training services?
No, I had a posting message to Petawawa,
Yeah, I remember that.
but they switched it up on me and canceled it and gave me another posting. I kind of want to go there next, to be honest. I'm looking to go there next and kind of be in charge of my army unit within Petawawa. I felt good on that one. All right, I made the changes.
You said your friend's name was Nathan a minute?
Nathan, yeah.
He says you're the Dan Marino of knife throwing?
Dan Marino knife throwing. Not the Tom Brady? Do you like Dan Marino better than Tom Brady? Nope. So I'm making small adjustments. If you notice my can isn't lobbing, I'm pushing it towards the target more. Oh, man!
Again. Dan Marino was all about quick release.
Again. Okay, yeah. I like it. Again. Let's get a can without holes in it. I don't know what's
knot
up.
or something.
What is up with that? Let's pull this knife out. Switching the knife up. Totally different weight and balance. Let's just see if I can do it right off the bat. Okay. I feel it. I feel a little bit better with this one. Here we go. Okay. The can isn't making it to the target though, so that's the problem. I hit it right on the side here. That's where the hardest part of the target is. Oh boy. Alright, we'll get it. I just use wood shavings and I throw it in there. Here we go. Hope you guys are enjoying your day again. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out with me. Oh man. Alright, it's turning into a trick shot. I'm telling you, it's the can. Not the knife scrawl, it's the can. Oh man, that was close. I've done this trick before. I think this is the longest it's taken me to do. That's okay. Here we go, boys. Here we go. Again, I don't want to aim for the side of my target. I get it right here like that on the side. Ugly ricochets. I should have held back on that. But I got to be so fast. I don't have that much time to think or decide. It's like, you're going for it, you're going for it.
Northbound says he's got to go. He says don't change a thing and they will come 100% strong.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by, man. Enjoy your day. That knife's not lucky today. I have no idea where these knives are going. You didn't find that last one, eh?
No.
One vanished into a different dimension.
Teleported.
Oh man. One thing I don't do is give up. I really don't give up. I'm very determined. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. Okay. All right. All right, we'll do a normal can pin after this, and I'll show you the difference.
Nathan said he'd be right back.
Thanks again for stopping by, man. That guy's one of the main dudes in my books. Here we go. What helps me sometimes too is thinking about what I'm going to do before I do it. Even if you're doing something over and over again. Think about the can, think about the knife, what you want to do. Oh man, these are getting close, these last couple. Oh man, come on. Oh my goodness. I think I'm hitting the can every single time I throw it. So now this can is just beat up. Again, hitting it. So my accuracy's off just a bit. So I'm not training like this so much, but it's pretty freaking good. It's pretty close. Pretty darn close now. All right, we got this, guys. We're almost done. We're almost done here. I feel it. Just a matter of time. Right here. I think if I wasn't hitting the can every time, I would definitely be doing something different by now, but I'm close. That was actually a good can toss. Too much of a lob. Am I at 50? Am I at 50 yet, babe?
Not yet. Not yet.
Oh, you gotta be like 35 or something. 30. I know Jeesh is right. Like I hit the can twice where it's stuck in the can.
It's close.
Now this can's done. Or this, yeah, like, obviously I hit it in the hardest part of the can, and it just freaking messed things up. Oh, that can just wobbles in the air now. One more can. We got this.
You're doing your giveaway tomorrow, right?
Yes, I'm doing my giveaway tomorrow.
You want to explain to your friend Nathan? He's a giveaway, question mark.
25% towards Nobody Knife Works. I'm sponsored, and he's every live once a week I give away 25% towards anything you want to buy at Nobody Knife Works. And I also have a discount code where you could use Coolest and get another 10%. So I believe you can get up to 35% off if you win. And I send you a coupon code. You go to his store, which is the description. I always leave his all the information you need. And I do a giveaway tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow for a live. I'll probably be on around 5 o'clock, I'd say. And I'm going to do a much longer live tomorrow. Much more planned. And this one's just like a little introduction to what tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be big. It's going to be fun. All right. I put a nail in here. Game on. Slight adjustment because the weight is different. We got this. What? What? Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. Switch the can up, put a better weight in it. The can wasn't mangled like all the other ones I decided to use were. Narrowed it down, made it so it was freaking doable. It went right through that bottom piece. Nice and hard. There's what? Third trick shot of the video. Let's just use the same can. I'm going to do my normal can pin. I'll show you.
Nathan says it's a really cool setup.
His garage is awesome, man. You got to come over one day. I'd love to have you over, man. We'll have a bonfire, throw some knives. Be a good time. Oop, that nail came right out. Right to the card. So that was the first throw. See that difference? See the difference? Boom! Let's go! And it went into the card! Yeah! I mean, that's a bonus. Right into the card there. See? That's what I'm telling you. That, to me, is full skill shot. I could do that on call. I could do that on call any day. Any day of the week. You want me to do it? I'm going to do it. I don't care how many people you want to invite over. I don't care how much pressure you want to put on me. Hold it together, that celebration stool. Oh, and that's in there too. Oh, man.
Proxy put a bunch of these.
Hi, buddy. Proxy's the man. So that felt good to do after what I just went through. All right, we got some, I cleaned them up real nice. We got some 8.5 inches of danger right here. The most dangerous knife in the world. We're gonna throw these a couple times at that card. And then we're gonna do another trick shot. Where are we at? What timing? Just over an hour. I'd love to do more trick shots and stuff. So we'll see. We'll see what comes to my head. Now I've been throwing with the windmill throw. Going back to what I normally do. Again, with the training and you're happy with how you throw. You're not developing any more bad habits. I can get right into my throw. No problem. You don't want to switch up the way you're throwing at the beginning a lot. I see one guy do it. And I mean, he's slowed down his progress dramatically because he just tries all these different things. He doesn't stay consistent. He doesn't stick to one way of throwing. His accuracy's all over the place. And I mean, as long as he's having fun, but I don't know, he's a little bit. Bullets. Not over rotated, not under rotated. That's exactly what I want. Oh, beautiful. The whole garage shakes when I pull my knives out. I had some people come over and buy my ping pong table yesterday. They would they see my knife throw and they're like, yo, show us. They subscribed right away. It was awesome. It's like I just picked the knife up, freaking threw it, and they're like, "Whoa!" It just feels great to be able to do that. You know, You want to be able to perform on the fly whenever someone asks you to throw a knife if you're a knife thrower. Don't show, oh yeah, I'm a knife thrower. Let me see. And you're missing. You're not a knife thrower then, you know? You gotta be able to freaking perform right on them cue. These bullets, these are bullets. God. Yeah, it's a very hard spot to hit. 2 times in a row. Same spot. And when it comes to tactical throwing and my combat throwing, this stance, I don't think it gets better than that. I like to see, like, because in martial arts, there's a lot about the way you set up. Intimidation, you know, getting ready so that you're able to react. It says a lot in how your stance is for combat. And I honestly, when I look at others throwing combat-wise, like this, it's just, I freaking feel like that's the best way to do it. I mean, a lot of people don't train like that. They might think it's silly. No one does. But they don't understand the accuracy. Like when you have a weapon, when you're shooting your gun, it's just right up there. Same thing with my knife. And it really freaking, I prove it. My accuracy's on point every time. So it's not silly to do this at all. And my stance is so balanced. You know, you're not going to be knocking me off. Like less of a target because I'm crouched down. I'm not open and just, I'm blocking off my vitals with my arms and my legs. There's so much that goes into the way why I'm standing like this, you know? Boom, boom, right in there, zooming in. Boom, boom.
Proxy says his buddy tried him one day and handed him a small kitchen knife and asked me to throw it into his fence. I did. Easy shot, and he lost his mind.
There, you know what I'm talking about then. You know what I'm talking about. You know, he probably thought that was crazy, but at the same time, you probably were pumped up to do that for him. It always like, I get a high when I could just throw for people. That's why I love lives. I'm addicted to lives now. I just love throwing for people. People come over, I do it all the time. All the time. I was throwing live in a park right in front of people in Key West, Florida, Jamaica. Didn't miss. Love that. Love that. Right? I'm ready to move. Back really quick, forward really quick, to the side. And I'm ready to throw. Bullseye. Oh, anytime, anywhere, any knife. Oh. Oh man, that's good. Oh man, that's good. Let's do some speed throwing, ready? Not too good of a grouping.
Robert says that board is awesome. Did you make it? It's a big tree.
This? Yeah, the whole thing here, I blocked a window. There's a window behind there. So this target was ashwood. It's ashwood. I don't recommend new people throw on hardwood, but I learned on hardwood. It's just you're going to get worse ricochets at learning, and it's going to be harder for you to stick. Your pointy, your tip can go into that target and come out. And when you're learning, that's very discouraging because you can have a good throw, but you missed. But if it was a softer wood, you wouldn't have missed. So at the level I am now, I don't care. I've trained my whole career, if you call it a career, 6 years of throwing knives and throwing a hardwood. Speed throwing, 3 knives. If I had more, similar, and I would just keep loading my knife into my fingers and I have it resting on my knuckle, kind of like propping up your rifle, if you will. You know, same thing. I have them all ready to go.
Nathan says we should get a lift on one afternoon next week, then do some of this, or hit up the archery range.
Oh, that'd be awesome, man. I'd bring my crossbow. I gotta zero that thing in again. I've just gotten to a point too, I can cock my crossbow with my hands, which I love to be able to do that.
He says speed throw is really cool.
Yeah, speed throwing is, I love being able to do that. Would I do that in combat? No. But if it's, again, an animal, when I talk combat-wise, it also means defending yourself against an animal. A stray raccoon with rabies or a fox. Those things, when they have rabies, they come up to you. And you don't want to freaking touch that thing. I don't want to go hand-to-hand combat with that thing. I'd be throwing bullets at it. And that's where I would use this maybe technique.
Robert wants to know if you have any recommendations for starting intermediate knives. I had those Smith & Wesson bullseye knives growing up, but the tips tempered was so bad I had to regrind them all the time. Love throwing, just stopped because they all broke.
There is a lot of good knives coming out now. Those Smith & Wessons are junk. There's a few knives that have been around for a long time, and they're cheap, but they're not good. Now you can go on Amazon and you can get a set of these knives for like $30. And these are a lot better steel. They're not going to break on you. And I would recommend these. They're JXE, JXO. And there's a few WICING, wissing, and witching, whatever you want to call it. And those, they have a good set of knives too, good steel for cheap. You can win. I'm doing a giveaway tomorrow, and you can win up to 35% off. Sometimes I give away $100 towards a custom maker of knives, Nobody's Knife Works. And you can look at his shop. I leave the link in the description, and you can check that shop out. His steel and his knives are excellent quality for not too bad of a price. Plus, you can use my discount code. If you win, you can get even a bigger discount code. But you can get up to 35% off tomorrow if you win. Not many people subscribe. So if you pop in, you give it a high chance of winning. And you can use my code COOLEST in checkout, and you get 10% off. Anytime you want. So you can get a set of those good knives when you're starting off. And if you're looking to do no spin, Robert, are you looking to do rotationally throwing, or are you looking to do no spin throwing? Let me know. But yeah, here's the cheaper knives. I'll just throw with these right now. They work great. Boom. They sparked as they hit. Whenever you see that, or every time you hit your knives, check for burrs. But again, for it to hit the way it did just now, the steel holds up. Like the tips hold up. I put these through it and beat them up. They throw awesome. $30 online. Why not, right? You're not making mistakes buying these for $30.
He says rotational throwing. He also competes I can't pronounce that word.
Recreationally?
Yes, thank you. At an axe pit up where he lives.
So you like rotational throwing, eh? I mean, nobody's got some style rotations, but you can throw no spin knives rotationally. But you want something that's going to be, good for rotation. I got a few here, depending where you live. These are like rotation styles. They're a lot bigger than no spin throwers. This is the late and great Bill Page design, very common rotation. This is a designer in Canada. This is the bootlegger, and it's a very good rotational thrower. Let me just demonstrate with this one. I don't want to throw the Bill Page knives because I have too much respect for this person. These are pretty much museum pieces for me. I have thrown them, but let me show you rotational. Like again, this designer comes from Canada. And you can reach out to certain makers if you want. You can email me, and I'll send you tons of links to knife makers and their websites, so you can look through if you want. No problem. Just email me, any one of you, and I'll help you out. And I'll do more than just talking to you right now. I'll send you all the links and everything you need to know. and I can point you in a direction to get you some really nice knives. Let me just warm up. I don't really normally throw rotationally, but I know how. Okay, no problem. But these are great for rotation. I love the shape. I love knives that look like knives, and I would use these in a rotational competition if I came up to it. Very good steel. The maker comes from Canada though, but you can go to I have so many people all over the world, from Russia, Czech Republic, Italy to the States, China, Canada, wherever you are, I can kind of find you a maker. Poland, anywhere, and get you what you're wanting. But the quality is going to be there too. I'm not going to point you in a direction where it's going to be cheap. Those Smith and Wessons are junk. There's a couple other knife makers out there. SOG, SOG, they have some knife. There's a lot of junky ones out there on Amazon too. You gotta be careful. There's more better ones nowadays, JXE, JXO, but there's also still the junky ones running around. But you just email me, man, and I'm glad to help you out, Robert. Bullseye, like perfect. Don't tell people I throw rotationally though. This is just between you guys and me. But I throw rotationally. At the beginning of knife throwing, I wanted to be a no spin thrower, but I practiced and dabbled with rotation to see if I would have liked it better. But I quickly just attached to no spin throwing. But I can throw rotationally. You know, I played in the AIM games and I had to throw rotationally, and I got top 10 within a week or 2 weeks. I didn't hold the position because I quit, but I got a pretty darn good score for never throwing rotationally. And I had to hit certain accurate points on it. But it's such a boring competition. Too many people from Indonesia play. They just swarm it, and that's what they do. They just like, it's their sport now. It's their game. Yeah, these are really, really good for rotation. I like them too because the grip, it's got a little G10 handle on it, but it's not too big to be too bulky and get in the way. But it just offers a lot more grip for me. I'm not over rotating or under rotating it. I generally understand how to throw. I understand all I've studied it. I've watched the best in the world. That's how I trained. I studied before I threw my first knife. I studied and watched video after video. I didn't just watch one person. I watched everyone I could find, and I just studied their throwing. I watched their feet, then I watched their hands, then I watched their arms, then I watched their head. I looked at their eyes. I looked at everything I could possibly look at, and then I got to throwing. Then I had an understanding of it. This is how I throw. One of the best rotation throwers in the world, in my opinion, is Marcus. He's a great thrower, world champ too. And he kind of sets up, and I do that too for rotation. You know, whether it's no spin, I hold it, but I find it relaxes my arm more. So I don't like start shaking or get tired or just too much stress on my arm. So I kind of like rest it on my arm. And I kind of set up, I zoom in, and I go. I throw rotationally a little bit different than I do no spin. Because he's so accurate this way. So I was just like, it works. And I start that way, and I just kept with it. At the end of the day, though, this is the most powerful way. You probably just like a baseball. I gave a little different body mechanics for it, so it spins a little less. So let's step back a bit. Oh, bullseye. So I could throw rotationally, no problem. I don't miss. 3-4 meters is no problem. Bullseye.
Robert says awesome. He just subbed.
Awesome, thank you, man. Appreciate that.
He also wants to know, do you throw axes, tomahawks? I have an SOG Voodoo Hawk, and I love it. Cheers.
I got some axes up here. I got a trident here. I got a little axe here. I don't generally throw them because they destroy my targets when I throw axes. On my outdoor target, I will. But in here with ashwood, it just splits it up too much. But I got Several axes up there. I got a brand new set of axes right there. Like I said, a couple tridents from AceJet. AceJet's a good company to buy knives from. They're just a knife company for throwing knives pretty much. And they got these designs that you can get. Again, I'm not really gonna throw these. I modified this so the tip is a little more aggressive because this was very thick and hard to stick. And then you got the trident here, very freaking cool looking design. I'll throw these outside on a live one day, but I'll probably make these tips just like this one. Nice and aggressive. I wonder if I can stick in. I don't really, yeah, it's just too hard. Not too much of an aggressive tip for me to want to throw inside and miss and have this hit the ground. I got a bunch, but I'm a knife thrower. I like knives. This is another knife by one of the best knife makers in the world, Louis Prince, Prince Steel Knives. This is the all-in-one. So this is a Werner design, a crazily decorated guy. He designed this style. Rotation, half spin. You can even throw this thing really good no spin. It does everything for you. Honestly, like this one a lot. Let me see how I can rotationally do it. Under rotated, so I can do two things here. If it's an under rotated knife, which looks like this when it hits the target, I can keep the same grip and just step back a bit. Let's see how that looks. Perfect, right? Or if it's under rotated, I can move my grip down the knife a little bit more. That will increase its spin and should give me what I need at the same distance. Enough. I can even creep down a little bit more. That's understanding, the physics or whatever you want to call it, the science behind throwing knives. If you can see how your knife misses, it will help you make the decision, the right decision to get it to stick the next throw. And I just showed you that. Very easy to do. I customly made this too. I made the handles. I modified it. I made the handles camo. And I love that for rotation throwing. It's just enough to give me a little bit more grip, control. I like having control of my knife. I like that. That's a nice one. I got a lot of fun stuff up there. But you could throw these rotationally too. This is going to be a little more tricky for me to figure out, just because they're not meant for rotation. But you can grab these and that was under rotated. I'm just going to keep the same grip. Step back a bit. Boom. Boom. Perfect.
Sorry, I can't pronounce this gentleman's name, but he says your channel is great. I throw hatchets and big axes professionally.
Oh, wow.
I've been thinking about getting into knife throwing, so thank you for the tips.
Anything you want to know, man, if you're starting that journey into knives, I like knives better than axes. Axes, less, no offense, less skill to throw. The weight distribution in an axe, you just throw it and it does it for you. You hold it in the same spot every time. Same distance every time, and you're gonna stick it once you figure out how to stick it. But with knives, especially the way I throw no spin throwing, there's a lot of technique, lots involved. It's a lot harder, in my opinion. I think that's why too. There's in Canada a lot of axe bars. You can go throw axes, but they don't allow you throwing knives. They're more dangerous. They're harder to be get insurance. Axes are generally, they don't ricochet as much, and I think they're just a little easier to throw. It's just overhand done. You're not going to be throwing your axe no spin. You can, but it's generally just this motion. However people want to throw, I think those bars they teach you, and it's generally foot forward, pointing towards the target, back and let go. Keep your arms straight. Keep your elbow stationary. Quasi-stationary, not moving, and generally like that. You can rock back and forward if you want to get more power. But anything you want to know knife-wise, man, you just let me know. You show up on my live tomorrow. There's the giveaways I do, and I can get you money towards maybe your set of knives. that you want to buy, and you can get a good quality for cheap, and then you're not like being discouraged with a crappy set that's not going to help you that much. But no spin throwing. I just demonstrated these rotationally. You can get a set of these on Amazon for $30. JXE, JXO. They're called the Thunder. These are the 6mm version. You can go up to 8mm. I prefer heavier knives, but JXE, JXO reached out to me and they gave me these for free. So there's no problem to show these off because those people were pretty good to me. Oh, that's a nice spark. Check your burrs on your knife. I don't care how many times I've thrown. I can ruin my throwing day and week if I don't check for burrs and I pull my knife out and cut my hand. But yeah, $30 knives, no problem throwing these. I can throw anything, but if you're training, you can train to throw anything too. And I would recommend something that I'm not trying to just sell you. I'm being honest, these are great throwers for cheap. Boom. Boom, to the card, back to back, beautiful. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, let's pin a can with one of these. Let's pin a can with one of these. Here we go. It's got a hole in it. I shouldn't have grabbed the one with the hole in it. That's okay, here we go. Ooh. Again, almost right off the bat. I got a big step forward when I throw naturally, but I don't have to. I'll show you, I can keep my foot planted.
So Barella, the one that does the professional throwing, axe throwing, he says, I need a better set of knives for sure. Right now I'm practicing with the Toro brand throwing knives. I don't really like them, but I don't know many other brands.
Man, reach out to me in my email. Leave it in the description. And anything you want, I can send you links and recommendations. I even leave a link to my sponsor, his shop. And you can check out, again, are you wanting to be rotation thrower, like a rotational thrower, half spin, full spin, or are you wanting to train no spin? Because then I can zero it down into what knives I would recommend you. But you can look on the shop and look through some designs. The Iron Tier is great for no spin. Yeah, the Toros, I know the ones you're talking about. But yeah, what type of style are you going for? Trying to do no step forward, no step. I get way more power with the step forward, and I just love it. One guy threw it. Imagine the first humans that learned how to throw, picked up a rock, and were like, I would love to see that. Then I would not make fun of that style. It works, but it's super freaking silly looking.
Look what I can do.
Look what I can do. Now here we go. Ooh.
That was close.
We're doing it with no step forward. I generally like the step forward. We're doing it with the Amazon JXE JXOs. I don't like restricting my body movement. Follow-throughs are so important so you don't get injured, so you can get the right release with the power you're looking for. Follow-throughs are so important. So to keep my feet planted restricts that, and I don't like doing that. So my foot will come up. If I'm trying to keep my front one planted right now, the back one's going to come up. Thank you for all the new subs today. You guys rock. I know just gotta keep up with it. It's 6 years of being on YouTube. We'll get there, and I can do more giveaways. We'll do some more stuff that you've never seen before. I do things on lives that no one does, so we bring it on this channel. We don't hold back what we're saying. We talk about the truth, and we get to the truth, and we don't worry about offending people. Snowflakes aren't on my channel. So, hard exteriors, don't let people offend you, and bring it. I feel like we're going to get it. We're going to get it. We're going to get it. Oh, that's my first one. That's a unicorn. They call this a unicorn. I've never done that before. It goes right through the front and out the back. Oh, yes. Oh, I've never done that. I've gotten so darn close to doing that. Oh, that's awesome. There it is. So I did that. I don't usually throw that way. And I decided to not have a follow through with or step forward like I normally do. And I got a freaking unicorn. That's awesome. That's awesome. Woo! Yeah! Yeah! Right freaking on! That's my celebration stool. That deserved it. That freaking deserved it. Let's go! Yeah, unicorns are one of the hardest things to do, really. But when you're throwing cans a lot, you expect to do it often. It's not easy. The can, when you hit it in the front, wants to turn. It wants to turn. So enough force, enough power, everything aligns in the sky. And I got my first unicorn. Boom! I get happy with throwing cans all the time. It will never get old to me pinning a can.
So, Barella said the competition in league will be competing in throws from 3 distances, which he believes are 12, 15, and 17 feet. So I imagine the last distance is at least 1.5 rotations.
Yes. So at 3 meters, you can get a full rotation. 1 full rotation. And then and you'll hold it by the handle. And then when you go to 4 meters, you're holding it by the blade, and you're going to get a 1.5 rotation. And then when you go to 5 meters, you're going to switch it around again. You're going to get 2 rotations. And then at 6 meters, you go back, you get 2.5 rotations. Then you go to 7 meters, and you get 3 rotations. Every meter, you just go back and forth. And you start at 3 meters, and you got the handle grip. Go back and just play around with it. Watch the knife hit the target. What do you have to do? If it's under rotated, bring your hand down more. If it's over rotated, bring your hand up more. Put your thumb on the spine. That will always slow the rotation down. If for you can get a lot of distance for half spin or full spin when you have your thumb, and you let it slide out of your hand. It will cancel a lot of rotation, but it will still rotate. So you just play around with your grip and just understand what you got to do for each meter you move back.
I love that you got the ring out, because he just asked, can you catch a ring with your throw?
We're going to do that. We're going to do that right now for you. I don't normally throw rings. They're harder, of course. Some people have this is a 2-inch ring, or maybe less. People throw 4-inch rings.
Yeah.
You're throwing a target. You're throwing a log round. I believe the bullseye to competitions is 4 inches. It's huge. So this is small. I've thrown a 1/4-inch washer. It's the smallest thing you can probably catch, because I didn't have much room for my tip to go in at 3 meters and caught it. But we'll see how long it takes me to throw this. Let's do it. Oh, I have a knife up there. That's what we do on my channel. We do a lot of skill shots. A lot of what people would call as trick shots. I do a lot of them here. I mean, everything I normally made a video on, I'll do it live. Show you that it's not a fluke. These things they do require skill, and they can be performed in front of a live audience. I had America's Got Talent reach out to me, and I was having a freaking whole thing lined up to do, and then they followed out. And they didn't contact me. It was during COVID. Who knows what happened? But I was pretty pumped to get them to reach out to me and ask me to be on their show. I would have rocked it, I think. I would have brought some serious trick shots. Obviously, I would start off with a can pin. I would just do it. I would do it. So when I throw my ring, I don't just lob it and let the ring flop around in the air. I throw it like a wrist flick up, and the knife travels in the air, or the ring travels in the air like this. So I constantly have an aim at it. A little harder to be accurate with it though, because I'm throwing it like this. Oh, I gotta poo, sorry. Oh, I'm gonna have to end this live soon. Right after this ring pin.
Did that bounce off?
It bounced off the ring and I hit it right in the card.
Oh, man.
That'd be a bonus one. I did the can to it.
The right guy just laughed at that.
Did you guys hear? Did you guys hear my fart? Oh. I recently have thrown this quite a bit, 2 days. 2 days in the last year. That's quite a bit for me. I get more satisfaction with a can. Not bad at all. Hitting the ring every time. No spin knives for ring catchers are hard too, because if you under rotate it, it's just going to fall off your ring, off your knife. And they're smaller too, so you can catch it, it will bounce off the target and come off too. So you almost want to over rotate it a little bit and it will stay on a little better, but it's a lot more challenging with a knife like this. You know, with a nice big guard, it will stop it.
Nathan says too much oxtail and gator meat.
Man, that gator meat was the best. I was telling my family about it, my
I
wife.
want to try it so bad.
The best protein in the meat is gator. So much protein in it. Freaking awesome.
Barella says, I will have to learn to make those adjustments as where to hold the knife working with a guard. It's mandatory for our league that we have guards on our knife, so I have to see that yours don't have the guards.
Yeah, I don't throw mine with rotation. I throw mine and it just comes out my hand straight.
That's why.
So I don't need a guard.
To tell them which ones are best for rotation.
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah. Guards too will help the balance. It will helps the rotation out. But yeah, I know leagues require it because it won't bounce through the fence. It hit the lane beside you and stuff. We got this. Oh, this is it. This is it. What? Oh, the whole neighborhood is hearing me celebrate. Yo! There it is. There it is. Oh, I love it. That took me, 5 throws, I feel like? I'm getting better with the ring, I tell ya. Oh, man, right? I like the sound a ring makes. It's kind of nice, but I like the sound of a can better. That was awesome. That, I felt like no problem. Here's a nice rotation one. I forgot about these. I love with the ring spinners, but this is Ace Jets style. I love this curve here. It's got a little leather handle for grip. You get sweaty palms during competition. This can help eliminate those restrictions, if you will, during you're performing. You don't know what's going to happen to your body with the nerves. Sometimes you sweat, and something like this will help you. But this is great. It's got, I don't know if that's a big enough guard, but this thing's awesome for rotation. Oh yeah. I think if you're throwing rotationally, man, try this. Try having your hand hold your in position, line up. All right, get that, stare at that target. You're looking down your scope, if you will, of the knife. Pull back and boom. Right at the card. I'm not as accurate with this, but this knife's awesome for rotation, man. I love this knife for rotation. That one spins really, really nice. Really good design. A little all over the place, but let's see. No spin. Boom! I love it. I love it. It's because this curves down. It can fit in my palm really nice. You're gonna get a nice, freaking firm grip. Oh, right in the card. Beautiful. It's a very nice knife.
He says, yeah, throwing in front of lights, cameras, and an audience definitely ups the nerve level, so sweating palms are absolutely going to happen.
Yeah, I get it a lot too. So I kind of train to deal with that. Maybe even two. I have like gym chalk, right? Climbers chalk. Bring that with you. Put your hand in the chalk if you get sweaty. Maybe try it out in training. Put your hand in the. It's gonna get rid of the sweat, and it's gonna make your hands grip your knife really well, but not too much grip where it's gonna restrict your knife from coming out of your hand. But I would probably in a competition take chalk with me, and I would chalk my hands up. Boom. Oh, bullet. That's what I do on this channel. I throw bullets. Like a football or a baseball, right? I kind of, boom, that's what I do right here. Start my position with like my holding my rifle, come back, boom. And I think it takes me a while to throw like that. If I'm ready to go, all right, 1, 2, 3, go. Within a second. All of it. Boom. I'd say it's like way faster than some people in how they throw. They're so slow in the way that they're accurate, they can get the stick good, but you're looking to do it combat-wise, you're going to have to be fast and bring the power, or else don't freaking talk about it.
Barella says he uses baby powder as his go-to.
Exactly.
But he's been hearing climbing chalk is the way to go, so he'll have to try it.
Yeah, and you can get a bunch of that climbing chalk for cheap.
Watcher says, what knife do you have on you right now?
This is my custom design right now. This is mine. No one in the world has it right now. But you could get this yourself. I love Tanto tips. So my Nobody's Knife Works, he made me this. I wanted it. I designed it. I sent him a picture of exactly what I wanted. We got 7 millimeters thick. Tanto tip, of course. No spin design. 9 inches long. Its weight's around 260 grams. Perfect. This would be my competition. I can throw a lot of knives competition. I have a lot of knives that I'm very comfortable with. But I like these a lot. Oof. It's tough to pick what I would throw in competition, but I definitely like these a lot.
Barella wants to know what's the one you carry on your hip.
Oh, my favorite. This is would be hand-to-hand combat. I love tops knives. So I can throw this one. I won't do it in here. I've thrown it enough where I don't have to anymore. I got it engraved. Coolest Weatherman. This is the Sky Marshall. This thing has the most comfortable guard for your finger It's about 8 millimeters thick, right to the tip. Serrated edges, crimping for my thumb. It does, I have enough room and how thick it is where I don't need the crimping if I don't want it. It's got a pry bar or a glass smasher on the back. The grip is squared off and not rounded. I like that way better for throwing. So I could throw this thing like a beast if I wanted to. And Tops, US company, their steel is freaking awesome. They don't recommend you throw their knives, but you can. Once you're good enough, those things will hold up. Their sheaths are awesome. It's got a rotating clip so I can hold it anywhere I want. Out of the way, waterproof. It's not going to ruin over time like leather. And I like it right in the front with me like this. And I can pull that out real easy, real comfortable. My throw's like this. So if I have to, boom, I'm ready. And I can throw it. But this is definitely, oh, I love it. I love it. I definitely love this. This is with me all the time. This is my true EDC.
Have you tried the backbite from Tops, Roger says? Oh boy.
I have a sick video on the backbite. I have a lot of Tops knives. Lots. I love them. The backbite. I love it because the tip is for throwing. It's just too small and light. But I've thrown this thing. I've caught in rings and cans with it. This target's just too hard for how light this is. But this thing's awesome. Like the hand-to-hand combat with this, probably one of the best that I have. The two blades, the hook blade and the top blade. Again, that tip is for throwing. I just don't like this hump here. It's great for the reverse grip to get your palm. The strongest part of your hand is right here, and it rests right in there. And you can just get such a grip where no one's taking this thing from you. And that tip is going to leave a gouge like no other knife will. Like that's really going in, and it's going to make you bleed out. This thing is awesome. Colin Despins, the designer, he studied the Russian martial arts, and that's what this design came from. So you can like hook your enemy's arm. They're very defensive. You wait for them, and you can hook. Get out of here, man. I don't want to kill you, but I'll give you enough damage that you're not gonna want to swing at me again. But you can go home, and I can go home, and I don't have to have a kill under my belt for street fights. This thing's really awesome. All when I'm outside, I do lives outside. I'll throw this for you. Again, too hard of a target right now. No, I can do it. It's great. It's great for throwing. Awesome knife. I have more Tops knives. They're inside. I have the Steel Eagle, Sky Marshall. I got the Wolf Pup. Oh man, I got so many I can't even remember them all. The backbite. I got a live. I got a videos in my. I have like almost 600 videos, and I got reviews of each one of those knives. Yeah, that's an awesome one. Tops knives, they're sick. I love Tops knives. Oh, right in the card. Right in the card. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to do a long live tomorrow, and we're going to get serious with skill shots. We're going to get serious with explaining things. We're going to do some things that are skilled based. A lot like today, switching it up. Yeah, they're calling us. We're about to go in. So I hope you guys enjoyed this live. Tomorrow's going to be fun. We're going to do a giveaway. So all those new subscribers, it would pay you to hit the notification bell. I have things every day coming on this channel. I do get deployed in the military, so when I am home, I try to get out as much as possible. And I'm planning to do 5 shorts a week, 2 lives a week, and 1 big video a week. So hopefully that helps entertain you guys, help you learn things. The giveaways help you get into throwing, and you can just win a whole lot of stuff. Who doesn't like winning free stuff, right? So all that stuff's going down. I appreciate everybody, all the subscribers. You make these lives so much more enjoyable to me. Every new person commenting. I love talking about knives. I'll talk about knives forever. So don't worry about asking the same thing over and over. I'm here for you guys ultimately. So remember, it's Good Friday. You're not having your time off right now because of an Easter bunny. We got this time off because Jesus, God, saved you from your sins by dying on the cross, being that final sacrifice, a requirement for sin. when we steal, when we lie. He paid the price for all of us, showing us his love is unconditional. And what satisfies him was giving himself to us and showing us that life is meant for us. We're meant not to go to the grave. We're meant for eternal life. We're meant for things bigger than this. So remember that. I give all the glory to him. He's my Savior. He's rescued me from the pits of the darkness on this earth. And I owe everything to him. My skills I have right now are because of him. So remember, stick it and hit it.